So I'd like to talk about the secret features of Retrograde or things that I'm particularly proud of. So one of the interesting things in Retrograde is the music player. It's not really billed as a feature in quotation marks, but it's something that I think is really neat, and we did it, well, mostly me. I did a well, I mean, mostly I worked on it, and I think I did a pretty good job, and it's kind of funny in how much work I put into it and how little time people have spent with it. So basically the idea is that it's a music player, but you have essentially two turntables and a crossfader, and you can adjust the tempos and stuff. You can actually sort of mix and scratch and DJ music. It only supports the songs from Retrograde, but you know, even still, I think it's something interesting and something fun to play around with. I know I experimented a lot with it, and so it does some interesting things. Like if you're trying to beat match, it sort of has a beat match helper. So if your tempos of the turntable are similar, and you're trying to scratch it or nudge it in position, it will sort of help you and get them lined up, which I think is it's challenging in DJing, especially if there's no tempo or beat layout. But we have a pretty clear tempo and a pretty clear beat layout, so you can match them, match the tempos, and then scratch them into place. And while you can play it with the controller, it kind of sort of works with the guitar controller, but it's designed around more the gamepad. Or on PlayStation 3 we actually support the DJ Hero turntable, which probably was a colossal waste of time. I'm not sure anyone has ever tried that. But if you have the PS3 DJ Hero turntable, it's sort of an undocumented feature. You can do the DJ mode, and you can scratch with the turntable, and crossfade and adjust the tempos with the knobs and things like that. And well, I think that's really awesome. It's not the greatest implementation. I was a little disappointed with the scratching and the response of the turntable, and part of that is that well, it just spins on its own. So if you just push it, woo, it'll keep going. And then also, I forget exactly, I don't know how well everything was documented, but I sort of played around with everything and tried to tried to figure out what I could use it for. But I think the main problem with the turntable is that it gives you a velocity measurement and not a position measurement. And the problem with velocity measurement, especially because it's a very noisy velocity measurement, is that you can't see where people moved it back to. So you scratch forward, scratch back, you don't know what position of the record it is, and it's very hard to get it to line up. And honestly, I don't remember how I solved that. But I did come up with something, and it does feel pretty good to use the DJ mode with the DJ Hero controller, and I really think that the music player is something really cool. I think part of the problem is that no one seemed to really care about challenge mode, even though I thought challenge mode was really cool. And that's where you unlock the songs for the music player. Which honestly, in hindsight, if I was trying to make the music player cool, then I probably should just unlock them as you played through the game, so more people would use it. But I mean, I don't know. We sort of had, tried to put cool stuff everywhere, and instead we really should have focused on sort of one, aspect or one direction of the game. And another interesting feature is, I guess this is more on PS3, but although I imagine you could do it on PC very easily, but we have dance mat support. So you can actually play Retrograde with the DDR mat, USB PS3 one, and then I'm sure you can set up whatever. We support configurable input on PC, so you can set it up however you want on PC, but on PlayStation 3 you can, if you jump on the up arrow, it moves your ship up, and jump on the down arrow, you move it down, and then, fire and reverse are mapped to, I don't know, X and O in the corners of the dance mat, and so it is definitely possible. It's very challenging to very challenging to play, and definitely a big workout. There's a lot of hopping, but it wasn't that difficult to add, and I just had to buy a dance mat, and I don't know, we just put so many little touches on Retrograde that I'm sure no one noticed, but I guess I was just thinking about it the other day, and sort of, Retrograde, like all of our cool things wasted. So I figured, hey, I would talk about it, and maybe sometime, if I have more time, I'll put together a video showing the stuff with the different controllers. But my office is a mess. I don't have room for a dance mat, and my PS3 dev kit isn't set up or anything. Sort of trying to keep my head down on never-ending nightmares. So anyway, that's my little Retrograde secret features, things I really like that no one noticed. So if you have the hardware, check it out. I mean, I think part of the problem is DJ Hero was a failure. So, no one has the guitar controllers. Negative amounts of people have the DJ Hero controller. Well, I'm just kidding, but I'm sure a lot less people have the DJ Hero than the guitar controllers, and doesn't say it on the back of the box or any of the blurbs that you can support it. I don't even think I really, talked about the music player very much, but I think it's cool, even if you don't have a DJ Hero controller. It's worth playing around with. I didn't implement the whole DJ Hero thing on PC, just because at that point I realized it was a diminishing return, but with PC you can do the whole thing with a mouse, which I think works pretty well, and is pretty fun. You drag your mouse back and forth to scratch, but still I got like every guitar controller in the world working on PC, I guess except PS2 guitar controllers. And I'm sure very few people have tried to play it with a Wiimote connected over Bluetooth, but it works. Anyway, that's enough Retrograde.